Yep, folks, this is going to be my musical debut. Sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at supper time. Won't you be my baby and love me all the time? Yeah, that's a blast from the past. And you have found that sweetheart of an old guy, Larry, that Kansas City guy. And today, if you haven't guessed it by now, we're going to talk about sugar and being sweet. So let's start with sugar. And now I need to get serious. Okay, we're being serious. We're going to talk about sugar. You know, you sometimes go to these homegrown coffee shops, and what you find is refined sugar. But what they push at you are those little brown crystals sugar. That's the natural sugar. And everybody believes that that's a more natural form of sugar. And I guess it is. It is more natural. It's not refined sugar. But is it really better than refined sugar? And according to Mother Jones, and we all know we should listen to our mothers, it is not. It may have some little trace minerals, but very little. So that in effect, it will still spike your blood sugar the very same, so that the effect is the very same as refined sugar. So I hate to break the bad news, but those little brown crystals, although they are fun and they may help you to think skinny, they are not going to be any more help than regular sugar. So let's move on to another way of being sweet. Let's go to the mother and the beginning of all sweeteners, aspartame. Aspartame has become a horribly very bad word. I'm going to have to check with my notes here because there's some technical information I want to give you. First of all, it's a methyl ester of L-aspartic acid and L-phenylalanine, both of which are natural amino acids that we get in all of our food. The only other thing that it comes out of that is a form of alcohol that is also found in our food as well as in alcoholic drinks. It was first patented in 1965. The patent expired in 1992. It was first labeled as NutraSweet and it was approved by the FDA in 1981. In Europe, it's coded as E951. The European Food Safety Authority concluded in its 2013 reevaluation that at the normal consumption for humans, it is currently totally safe, with the exception of anyone whose body cannot break down phenylalanine. And I believe that that is a genetic condition, and it is called let's see, I'm not going to get this right, I'm not going to pronounce it right, phenylketonuria. And it's anybody who cannot break down phenylalanine. Left untreated, and this is a genetic disorder, so you can be born with it, left untreated, it can lead to intellectual disability, seizures, behavioral problems, or mental disorder. Hence, that's where aspartame gets the horrible reputation of being a neurotoxin. In everything that has been scientifically tested, there is absolutely nothing that says aspartame is harmful or will cause cancer, and that comes from the American Cancer Society. There have been tests and studies claimed in both Europe and the United States that says it proves that it can affect your health, but in all of those, they have been shown to be faulty and or poorly run. So that takes care of the aspartame. Oh, one other thing I remember hearing when it first came out was that it caused cancer, of course. And the reason we came up with that was because it was supposed to have caused cancer in laboratory rats, realizing that they had given those laboratory rats the equivalent of a human being's weight in aspartame every day. Well, you know, it is called moderation. Everything in moderation. You know, if you're going to do a whole box of it in one day, chances are you might develop something. But since you shouldn't be doing that, it is probably safe. Well, let's go on to something a little more modern, and that would be sugar alcohols. And there's a lot of different sugar alcohols, and if I can get to it, sugar alcohols can be named xylitol, erythritol, sorbitol, maltitol. And basically what these are, they are not sugar and they are not alcohol. It just so happens that their molecular composition, both of them together, resembles sugar, resembles alcohol, so therefore the name sugar alcohol. They do have calories. They do have calories. If you're looking, for instance, at a protein bar and it says sugar alcohols 10, subtract 5 from the total amount of carbs, and that's would be approximately the effect of how many calories you're getting. The one that seems to be the lightest in calories is erythritol. And once again, it can come from lots of different fruits, even vegetables. And it is composed much like all the rest. The biggest difference is that when you take it in, it's absorbed into your body senses it as being sweet, your body absorbs it, and then when it excretes it, there's absolutely no change in it, so your body does not change it in any way whatsoever. And that's probably one reason why it is so has so few calories. If I'm not mistaken, each gram of erythritol is 0.245 calories, as opposed to xylitol, I think, which is 0.4 calories, something like that. Okay, the other claim with sugar alcohol is that it can cause intestinal distress. Yes, it can if you consume too much at any one time. But once again, we're talking moderation. And once again, erythritol probably suffers the least from this because it does not affect or break down in any way in your body. So once again, all the bad news you hear about sugar alcohol, it's going to be based on probably overconsumption, and let's face it, some people have digestive issues like Crohn's or celiac disease. All those things can lead to problems, and we are all different and we all react differently to different things, so that yes, it may be worse in some people than in others. I will typically eat a protein bar a day that has erythritol or any sugar alcohol, and I have no problem. One of the websites I visited to try to figure out what's good and bad made the comment that that it gave intestinal distress to everybody. That's just an overstatement. That's just not true. So when you start thinking about these things, do a little research, check it out with your own body, and I think you'll find that many of these things that we're talking about as being bad are not bad at all. If you have any more information, let me know, comment below. If you like this, please hit the like button. Be sure to share it if you would. And like I said, subscribe if you haven't. But if you have any more information about this or any personal experience with it, love to hear from you. Just comment below. So until next time, this is Larry signing off. Stay sweet and stay strong.